Breaking news, people. Breaking news. This channel is taking its first steps into the coveted ranks of the Merchants Guild. Yes, you've heard me right, the Merchants Guild. I have a very special video for you all today, a review for a little game known as Soul King. The devs have graciously extended me a Steam key for the purposes of reviewing their game, for which I am very grateful. Let's not waste any time and get straight to it. So, what is Soul King? Well, it's like Post Void, but instead of a head full of cum, you've got a constantly moving wall behind you that will kill you if you're too slow. Well, to be fair, it's a lot easier to look at than Post Void, but that's the best comparison I can really make. Okay, so you run through each level shooting enemies in the way and avoiding the death wall. Along the way, you'll also be trying to maximize the score you get. This is increased by doing just about anything. Shooting enemies, picking up ammo, health mugs, whatever. But your score is decreased whenever the wall consumes something, including enemies. Now, this score system is technically optional, and you can beat levels without killing enemies, so if you would like to do a pacifist playthrough, or at least a low score playthrough, you do have the option of doing that. After doing 4 normal levels, you'll do a special 5th level that most heavily represents the problems that the various characters are facing. Now, I should mention, this is a bit more of a story-focused game. It's not super heavy on the lore, but it does somewhat want you to pay attention.
I am driving a lifted Dodge Ram truck.
Since shooting things is what you'll be doing most of the time in this game, weapons play a pretty important role, as they would in any shooter. There is actually a pretty good variety of them in Soul King, but they never get too crazy. All of the guns will fit into 2 categories, sidearm and normal gun. You can have 1 sidearm and 2 of any of the other guns. The sidearms have a fairly linear progression. There's a pistol, a better pistol, and a revolver, so you'll end up going to the revolver and sticking with it. For everything else though, there's a bit more variety. I won't go into great detail with all of the guns, since I really only used a few of them myself, but the weapon pool here is an assortment of shotguns, SMGs, and rifles. My personal favorite is Luna, which is a high-powered rifle that can kill anything in one shot. The downsides of this particular gun are a very low magazine capacity and a very low rate of fire. It's most useful during the late game levels where shit starts to get a little hectic. There's enough guns here to support many different styles of gameplay, but the setup I would most recommend would be the revolver, Luna, and Inara. The revolver, named Kate, can kill small enemies in one shot. Luna can kill anything in one shot, and Inara is good for crowd control, or if your other 2 guns are reloading. You can also equip a melee weapon and a tool. Just like the pistol, the melee weapon has linear progression from your fist to a knife to an The tools, however, are a lot more unique. There's several things to choose from here. You can have an extra heal, a bomb, a backup shotgun, and even a skeleton. I won't tell you what all of the tools do, as I want you to play the damn game yourself. Experiment with what is here, find what you like, reach Nirvana. Now that you know about the weapons, you need to know what you're going to shoot with those weapons. All the enemies in this game are referred to as goons, which made me giggle to myself every time it was said due to the current usage of said term. These creatures are the minions of the Soul King and are sort of like termites in your brain. They don't go away unless you kill them. First, there's the small ones, which make a funny noise when they spot you. They are very simple and will only run in your general direction and try to smack you. They eventually become a low priority target. Next, there's the medium-sized goon. They shoot 2 orbs at you and take more damage than the small goons to kill. Then there's snipers, which will take shots at you from really far away and have even more health than the medium goons. The last enemy type is the big guy. They have either the same health as snipers or more, I'm not sure, but anyway, they chase you down and try to rob you with their trusty knife. Whenever you see one, kill it immediately or it will pester you until the wall takes it away. These 4 goon types make up the entire enemy roster of Soul King. But remember, it's not about how many enemy types there are, it's about getting the fuck away from that wall. So how do we kill these living roadblocks? We shoot them. For the small goons and occasionally the medium goons, melee is also an option, but only if they happen to be close. Otherwise, just use a gun. Now, when you run out of ammo and have to reload, don't. This is because there is a pocket reload mechanic, where if you switch to a different weapon, your previous one will automatically start reloading. Also, make sure to taunt when you're near a large group of enemy corpses. It gives you a bonus to your score. Lastly, make sure you pick up everything you see on the ground. Every item that enemies drop is good. They can give you things like more health, more stamina, and even more ammo. Okay, so now you know the general information of the game, but pretty much the rest of this video is going to be spoilers for the story. So if you want to play this game and you do care about the story, skip to this timestamp. So we start with the player character, Lynn, arriving at the Barclay Reserve, a place for dreamers, and we see it's sort of gone to shit. She meets a strange man in a nearby cave who doesn't seem to know what's going on, so Lynn enters his brain space to investigate. This is Rizzo, and he is a very confused man. His mind acts as the tutorial for the game, and once cleared, you gain access to the first part of the hub world. You talk to Rizzo, and he points you towards the first normal levels, as well as Chester, the resident armory robot. In the first set of levels, Alone, you meet the different parts of Lawrence, Larry and Ren, and kill some more goons to free Lawrence. You talk to Rizzo again, and he thinks the key to moving these wiggly walls is freeing the various dreamers. So you free Jenna and Theodore to gain access to the house, which allows you to free Chitna, Ryan, Karen, and Alan. Alan was the most recent to be imprisoned by the Soul King, but actually has an idea of how to beat him. He tells you that you need to get to the library to free Robert and Lynette, since they know the way to the throne room. When you leave his dream, though, there is a problem. The library is blocked by a waterfall, and Alan and Rizzo don't remember the key to the riddle to get in. This comes down to freeing 3 more dreamers to turn the 3 suns into moons. A portal opens, allowing access to the library, which has 2 cats inside, as well as Robert and Lynette. After freeing them, the dreamers come together and try to remember what the hell happened. They eventually remember that there was another dreamer, Eileen, who was a master dream architect, and put together the Soul King's throne room, so she knows the way in. Problem is, she's a traitor and everyone hates her. Regardless, since she is the best option, they direct you to her cabin, where to get in, you have to free 2 more dreamers. Then, you gotta free Eileen too, because of course the Soul King locked her away as well. Rizzo is a little pissy that you have to work with her, but he's gotta suck it up since she does in fact know the way to the Soul King. In the caverns, there's a door, but of course it's blocked by yet another 2 dreamers, Teddy and Deborah. Everyone convenes and tries to decide what to do with the Soul King's crown when he's defeated. Basically, everyone thinks it should be a democracy, with the crown being split so everyone has equal power, but Rizzo wants it to stay in the current hierarchy of one above the rest. Lynn decides this is all bullshit and heads right in, and eventually makes her way to the Soul King, where he tries to monologue about an evil force he's keeping at bay and how he's actually the good guy, but he's full of shit, and you shoot him to the point where he's reduced to his original state, an old man. Right as things are going good though, that fucking bitch Rizzo shows up and takes the crown and nearly destroys the reserve. You kill a bunch of goons and distribute the crown to the 12 dreamers in the reserve, and peace is once again brought upon the Barclay Reserve. Now you know everything, at least what there is to know about Soul King. If you'd like to give this game a try, I would definitely recommend it, especially since it's only $10 on Steam, and likely even less on a sale. I think you definitely get your money's worth here, and the score system does warrant some replayability even after you beat the game. Once again, a huge thanks to K-Connect Games for providing a review copy of the game for me, and I apologize for any delays that my Dark Souls video might have caused. If you enjoyed this video, I implore you to subscribe. As a part of the YouTube machine, I must continue to work like a busy little bee, because a broken cog is sure to be thrown out. More video game shit videos are coming, so be ready.